This shot will end up being on the right side of our spread, and I would like to create an out of bounds effect, having the horns coming outside the frame. So for this, we first need, again, a selection. This time, I'm using the subject selection option, which makes a very, very good selection for us. And we can just turn this into a mask. And I'm not even going to worry about these imperfections around the hair and this part here of the skull, because we only need to have a good selection around the horns, because those will be the only details coming outside the image frame. So we can now just save this as a Photoshop file. And I'm going to show you now in InDesign how to set this up so it looks like the version that you can see here. So all you have to do is to first place in the original image. So that is the JPEG, which you can place in at the bottom right corner of your spread. Align it to it to make sure it fits well. And then once you have that ready, just crop into it and have the horns missing at the top. Once you have your frame ready like this, simply copy that and use Edit Paste in Place. This is going to paste in another version of the same image frame on top of the original. And while having this frame selected, use the File Place option, Command or Control D, and find your masked out version. So I'm going to get that Photoshop file, open it, and at first it won't look like anything has changed, but we have this as a separate image now. You can see this is the masked version, and underneath there's the original. And now just putting it back where it was, all I have to do is to double tap on the center anchor point to extend the frame back to the original edges. The cool thing about this method is that I can Command or Control click to switch between the masked and the original version of the image, and I can always control how much of the details I want to come outside of the original edges. So I can drag it further down, and if I refine my selection, I could even create a more dramatic out of bounds effect. But in this case, I just want to keep things more subtle, and I think it's enough to have the horns coming out like that. Again, feel free to be creative. You can even add an angle on this frame, again by having the image in the back selected, and then using the direct selection tool, clicking on one of these anchor points or just highlighting them, and then using Shift down arrows, you can move that anchor point down. So that way you can create an angle for your image frame instead of keeping it completely horizontal.